Hello and welcome to another episode of The Average EV. Do you have a Chevrolet Equinox EV or maybe another GM vehicle with one of their base sound systems and you think it sounds absolutely terrible? Well, if you stick around, I have a free solution to help you improve the quality of your audio and your music and your videos. Let's get into it. All right, everybody. So I was actually watching the Arkansas E-Traveler. Landon is the host there. I was watching one of his videos and he just kind of as an aside brought up this little trick to help improve the quality of your sound in your Chevy Equinox EV. He actually has a Blazer EV. And so I'm going to show you all that. I also have two additional things. One's kind of a duh, and one is maybe you didn't know, that will help improve the quality of your music as well. So let me actually get those two out of the way first. So first thing, you can actually choose to play music via Bluetooth from your phone using either your Apple Music or your Spotify Music or any other music app. And the reason why you'd want to do that as opposed to using the built-in, there is a built-in Spotify app and I think YouTube Music and maybe a couple others, as opposed to using those. Well, the fact of the matter is for the infotainment system, I don't think it's downloading the highest quality audio files to play, and therefore it's reducing the quality of sound that you're hearing. And I have proof to this because I've tested it. So what I actually did one time was I played the song on Spotify, the infotainment Spotify, and then I played it on Spotify, but Spotify with like the high resolution download, and there was a noticeable improvement. I also did it with Apple Music, which is the same thing. It downloads, it has a higher quality file, and then it shares via Bluetooth to the sound system in the Equinox, and I also noticed an improvement. So if you didn't realize that made a big difference, it actually makes a huge difference, whereas like I don't have to have the volume turned up as high as well because it's putting out a lot more signal to the infotainment. That is a solution. Hopefully that helps you all. I know I've been doing that, especially when I want to have a really good musical experience. Sometimes I don't care, but sometimes I want a really good musical experience and I'll use my phone and I'll tell you know who to play you know what from Apple Music or Spotify, and I'll get that. The second thing, this is a duh, but you could obviously upgrade your speaker system in your car. You could do that, get higher quality speakers, add a sub, and now you're gonna have a better sound system. That's not my kind of thing, and I know it sounds really terrible because, well, maybe you don't know this about me. I'm actually a music teacher, and when I'm in my car, I don't really care that much about the music quality. I know that sounds really bad. If I want to have like a good musical experience, I have like nice headphones and I'll sit, in my house and by myself and listen to music. But aside from that, when I'm in the car, I don't actually mind that much, if I'm being honest. Now, would I be upset if it was better? Absolutely not. So having these little fixes is definitely a plus. And I know for some people who really love having an awesome musical experience in their car, these will help you out. Now, the last thing is to download the Infinity Personalized Sound app from the Google Store on your infotainment. And that sounds really strange. And I thought it was a little weird too. Landon said it. I went and tried it, and it does actually make a difference. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna flip the camera around, show you where to download it, and then I'm actually gonna walk you through the experience, which is very interesting. And then I will share my thoughts about the difference, because it's really hard to actually let you all hear the difference, because I don't think it's going to carry over very well. So you just have to trust me that it is better. And maybe some people down in the comments can also comment that they heard a improvement in the quality of their audio. So let's go ahead, flip the camera around, and check this thing out. All right, sorry for the dust. I swear I cleaned it off earlier and it just gets dusty. But anyways, here's your infotainment. Should look similar to Equinox and Blazer. Go to Play Store, okay? And then you can just search here, and you see I've done Infinity, and it says Infinity Personalized Sound. So you click on that, and then you'll click Install. I already have it, but that's what you'll do. So now I'm gonna go ahead and open it for you all. You can see my EQ I already have set up. This is the default EQ for the system. It's very flat, does not sound great. This is the personal EQ, so this is actually what it came out with after I did my test. I think this end's a little wrong because I was in a loud environment, couldn't hear the low end very well. And then this is actually advanced EQ. I adjusted it a little bit because I was watching some videos and it was really like boomy and tinny sounding. So I dropped all this down and that went away. It was just a little too much bass. Sometimes you can have too much bass. And this end was okay. But if you wanted to adjust it, just pull the little blue dot down. But I'm gonna leave it right where it is. And then this, you can actually see the music here that's playing. You don't have to have music, like you don't have to use this to play your music, but if you wanted to, you certainly can. And here's a menu that I don't think I've ever looked in, not just info. Okay. And then here's retake test. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna retake the test with you all. I'm gonna turn all my air and stuff off. I'm gonna click retake test. Okay. All right. I did that. So now it wants me to turn the volume down until I can't hear that noise. So there that is. Don't know if that comes through on the mic, probably not. And now it's going to play a bunch of series of low to high frequencies. If you've ever had a hearing test done, it's exactly what this is. It's just a hearing test. So here we go. It can be tough to do. Oh my gosh, it's stressful. This is such a different result than my last result. That's crazy. Yeah, I was having a little bit of hard time because I think my seat air was on. Yeah, that was making it hard. And then there's like some cars driving by. Anyways, so here it is. I know that this is already going to be not great. So I'm going to bump that down. You all can do this at your leisure. And there's that. That'll be okay. This I find a little interesting. I'll see how it goes and then maybe I'll adjust it. So now what I'm going to do, I can't share this with you because of copyright, but I'm going to hear what it sounds like and then I'll compare between the two. Okay, so I listened to the difference between default and the personal. Huge difference. This is just really flat, really not a lot of bass, and the top end is just very kind of flat as well. Then here's the personal EQ that it came out with me. This was much better. It was too much bass. This end was actually okay, and it sounded much improved. And again, didn't have to have this turned up as much as well. And then I actually adjusted it back to the EQ I had before because I actually like that. So I don't know what I did on this one, but I was a big fan of where everything was at. And you can adjust it too, The test isn't perfect, and it really does depend on your listening environment. If you could get into like a really quiet listening environment, you're gonna get a better test. I was in a pretty bad one when I did this. But anyways, so that's that. I do wanna show everyone really quick, when you are using this app, it will hear in the notifications. This will kind of always show now, and even though it says sound profile default, it's gonna pick whichever one you had it set to last. So it'll stay on advanced EQ. So just if you see that, don't freak out, that's perfectly fine. So to reflect on the audio quality improvement, obviously it raised the bass and the treble and left the mid. It actually raised the mid for me, but I bumped it back down a little bit. So what does that mean as far as like what do you hear? Well, you're gonna hear more bass, you're gonna feel a little bit more thump. Not like a ton, it's not crazy like if you had a giant sub in the back or whatever. But you'll get a little bit more, so you have a little bit of that low end experience. And then up at the top end, it just makes everything a little bit crisper, makes the cymbals and hi-hat sound a little bit better. You got a little bit higher end vocals, sounds a little bit more natural as well. So it definitely did improve the listening experience for me. You know, being a music teacher, I do notice those things. It's just, you know, I actually spend a lot of time in my car watching videos, so that's why I don't care too much. And also, I spend a lot of time in my car in just complete silence, because I don't know if there's any other music teachers out there watching these videos, or maybe just teachers in general, but sometimes when you've heard noise all day, you just want to listen to absolute silence on the drive home, and it is magical. All right, everybody, so this really does work. It does make better quality audio for you to listen to, get the most out of this not very good sound system. That's, you know, a big complaint a lot of people have had with this car and with some of the other base GM vehicles. So, you know, go ahead, do that. Hope that helps you all. Leave down in the comments if you've never heard of it. Leave down in the comments if you have. Additionally, I want to go ahead and shout out Landon at the Arkansas e-Traveler. I don't know why I said it weird like that. The Arkansas e-Traveler. If he hadn't said anything about it, I wouldn't have known about it. So make sure you go check out his channel. I have a link down below in the description, and give him some love, give him a subscribe, and help out his channel, because he's doing really great things, especially with tracking the Walmart EV charging network, which is super cool. And I like to watch his videos on that as well. So anyways, I hope you all found this video helpful. If you haven't already, please remember to give a like, a subscribe, hit that hype button. That's right, that hype button. And I'll catch you all next time.